I love SBR Sports Picks. I'm Peter Loshak. He's Mike Brenner. We are the odds couple.
Yes,
it's
we are.
week 6 in college football. This is the Monday show that we do, taking a look back at the previous week and taking a look at the opening lines for college football. Mike Brenner, there's a lot of picks that I'm liking on the opening lines. And last week, I went 10-6 against the spread, including the midweek games. You went 9-3 against the spread, including the midweek games. The sharps, according to Brent, went 6-4. Nice.
Okay,
not
so
bad,
we were
not
pretty
bad.
sharp ourselves then, Pistol.
Yeah. So overall, our picks did the Washington game, man. That was a we all had that one.
Oof.
And the one that we didn't win with was Alabama in the first half. What happened there?
They just really got dogged down in that first half, and it was just. I didn't see that coming, Pete.
Yeah.
But hey, unfortunately, we're just not going to win them all. And how about Michigan State?
Yeah, right.
Who saw that coming, right?
Well, the sharp saw it coming, actually. According to Brent, it was a big sharp side, including action on the money line on Indiana. Yeah. But Steve from collegefootballwinning.com said he liked Michigan State. So I was thinking, because the sharps are a lot of times wrong, and sometimes late action comes in the other way. But
it's a head scratcher.
When I saw that line move, it was 6.5 and 6, and then on game day it was down to like 5. I was like, oh man, that's a lot of sharp action. So the sharps did know, but they knew later on in the week.
Sure did. Hey, as a fan, did you watch that Tennessee game against Georgia?
No,
I know you didn't.
No,
that's right. I forgot.
I did have I had the over on that one. I think I cashed it, though I don't remember. Yeah, I did cash that.
Hell, there was 21 points in the last, who knows, 2 minutes.
All right, so let's see. Let's take a look ahead to the opening lines. There's a bunch of lines
we got 2 games Friday,
that I bet. Yeah, Friday games. Let's just start with Mike Brenner. What games have caught your eye so far?
Well, I'm looking at Clemson at BC. Mm-hmm. I really loved what Clemson did, this week, and I felt that too. I think they just
BC was a sharp side last week. Actually,
yes, they were, and they got a damn good defense. Yeah. This team has a hell of a good defense. So I'm looking at that. 17. Is that the opening?
16.5 right now.
16.5.
16. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm floating on that one. I may be putting something in a little later in the week, but I think Clemson, that win really jolted them up to let them know that we are one, amongst the top 3.
You don't think this might be a letdown spot? Now they're going on the road as a big road favorite against a scrappy team that just has no offense.
Could be,
but a
could
decent
be,
defense,
Pistol. This is where Dabo Swinney's going to prove if he is that coach or not, and I think he is. I think that. Hell, that was just a hell of an emotional win for them. So
all right.
I don't know.
Another game that's interesting. Did you see that Texas announced that Strong is out now?
Gone already?
No, they're keeping him for this year, but they've announced that they're going to fire him at the end of the year.
Who called that one, Pistol? That's 9-0, and the coach is getting fired.
But he's still going to coach this year.
He's going to coach this year. So how do you think this guy's going to motivate his team? I can't believe this is breaking news, guys.
This is breaking news. I just saw that literally 5 minutes before we came in here. So I'm going to have to. I didn't even have a chance to read the article. I just saw the headline.
Don't turn me loose on this one. There's a guy I told you, great guy, but there's some coaches that are made to be at a certain spot in a certain university. That was not a great hire.
I don't think any
saw
coach
that coming.
What coach is a good fit for Texas? I mean, they have unrealistic expectations.
No, they do. But Charlie Strong is more of a, he's that underground guy that he's really the one that built that rock that Louisville's become, besides Howard Schnellenberger years ago. But here's the thing: I'm telling you right now, Charlie Strong, if they have already told him you're gone, right? How is this guy going to win that locker room week in and week out? How's he going to motivate these players? Plus, they're coming off an ass whooping.
This news just came out about 15 minutes ago. I want you to read the article and tell me what you think about it, because
I'm glad
my sense is that that's an insane thing.
It is an insane thing.
Fire the coach or tell him he's going to be there forever. Don't do that crazy crap.
Well, they did the same thing to George Karl in basketball. They let the Sacramento Kings, hey, you're not going to be here next year, but let's try to get in the playoffs. How'd that work out? And that went south real quick.
So
holy shit,
Texas is getting 10.5 against Oklahoma, and they also had 2 big injuries. Both of their power running backs got injured.
Come on, I'm on it. Yeah, I need a pen. I need something.
No, I don't want to. Okay, I don't
You're
want
not talking me into anything, Pete. You didn't have to.
Okay.
That Charlie Strong story tells me everything I need to hear. So you got to jump on Oklahoma in the first half. First half, baby, Oklahoma.
So
make it official.
Take the opener at what, Bookmaker?
Let's go with Bookmaker.
All right, the Bookmaker opener. All right.
I'm fired up. I'm fired up.
That's just interesting stuff. Then I got a couple of picks here. Let's see what else is interesting. Blah blah blah.
And hey, guess what? How about it? We talked about it. I said, you know what? There's new blood, new regime in LSU. These guys are going to feel free, and they're going to kick some ass. My God, they kick some ass. 55-0.
Yeah, there's no opening line yet for the Florida game, but you think that continues, or do you think that was just like a 1 or 2 week thing that we're going to see the whole year?
Hey, this team's on a mission, baby.
Oh, you think so?
Tune in this week. I got something big.
All right, sounds good. Now, another bunch of interesting games from the Pac-12. Let's get your take on it. Now, Washington, one more time. High five on the Washington. But now, this is a game that I don't know about. They're on the road at Oregon.
Oregon, me, you, and Dennis. I really feel that the three of us could probably get a touchdown
really
if we had
feel
Jot Neal
that.
and
Yes.
following Jot Neal as a
I
blocker.
agree with that. I don't
I'm
know.
all over it. I'm making it official
really?
right now, and if I'm looking correctly, I saw -8. -8?
Yeah, but we can give you at the Chris books now, and the Greek down to 7.5 -110.
Okay,
Line
I
coming
want to
down
do
a
the
little
first
bit.
half,
Okay.
and I want to do the game. I'm telling
Both
you
of those,
guys,
okay.
yes, both of them. I need my pen. I lost my pen.
All right. So you're going to take Washington the first half. So you think that Oregon is just that they're not, they have the speed.
Oregon
there's no
is
way,
just,
right?
there's not. They showed again to me this week that this team is not scaring anybody,
Mm-hmm.
Pete. They got a lot. Thank you, sir. Yes, you are the man. That is the main man right there. They're showing me this week, Oregon, that they still got
They
a
have
lot
serious
of
problems.
They got some serious issues. And
Wow.
Phil Knight, you just can't buy a college team that quick. It just doesn't work. But will Oregon be back? You're damn right. I think they will.
Man, if you had told me 2 or 3 years ago that they would be
Yeah.
a home underdog
Yes.
of more than a touchdown,
I
and they'd be a
would've-
great bet
you would've
against,
said, "What are
I
you
would've been like,
smoking,
wow,
brother?" Yeah.
things change in football, but
Yeah,
that's
I'm
sort
all
of
over
like NFL type change, not in college football. All right, and then the next one, Stanford got blasted by Washington. Washington State had a really nice win
Yes, they
against
did.
Oregon, and that was one of my winners.
Yeah,
Was the
and
over on that
Oregon
one?
is done.
Me and Jeff from BMOCWins.com both like that one. Second straight total that we like that together that cash. Now though, you have Stanford. Do they bounce back? Can Washington State hang? Washington State's a scrappy team. As a big underdog, I don't like giving them points. What do you think? Do you have anything to say about that
I'm not
game?
staying off it.
Yeah,
I got
it's
to
a
look
tricky
more
one.
into it. That could be a tricky play.
Because I could easily see a blowout win by Stanford,
Yeah.
or down to the wire, Washington State loses by a field goal, right?
You know what? I can't. I got to do it.
Yeah, you got to do some research first, right?
Well,
or you're gonna
I
take it.
actually have another piece of paper on my desk, and Stanford was the third one down, but I'm going to wait. I'm going to put it out probably later on. I want to check on a few injury updates that Stanford incurred this week.
Then
so.
we have a few of these juggernauts against cupcake. Huge favorite lines.
Ooh, scary.
Huge favorite. One of them's Michigan. The other's Ohio State. Do you like one, both, or neither of those, Mike Brenner?
Well, figured out a lot of stuff this weekend. All right, Michigan had their hands full. Okay, and
Yeah.
that was a good defensive team they faced. Going into Rutgers, I think the advantage there is going to be on the first half. I think Harbaugh says to his team, which, by the way, I had Michigan on the half. I didn't touch the game, and I got it last week at -6. It closed at 7, and guess what? I covered it at -6.
Actually, you did have them on the game. That was one of your losers.
Oh, that's right. I did. I had them on the
-10.5.
game and the half.
But you had
I
the
did
first half,
cash
which
the
passed. Right.
I did. All right. I like Michigan on the first half alone, Pete, and I got a feeling it's going to be about 14.
Yeah, are you going to give that one officially?
Absolutely.
Okay,
I'm giving it.
Michigan
I
on
think
first half,
Harbaugh needs to
bookmaker
see some
opener.
offense.
And then the Ohio
Michigan
State one,
half.
interestingly, anyone who looked at that Ohio State line and thought, ooh, 31, let me grab that before it goes up,
And they're
it's
playing
gone down.
Yeah, Indiana, right?
It's now down to 29 or
Jesus.
29 and a
they're
half.
at home. Ohio State's
They're
at
home. Yeah.
29 and a half.
And Indiana's coming off of a big, win against Michigan State. I'm surprised by that move. That is sharp action, but I don't know, man.
like
That might
that.
be.
Yeah.
I don't like that either. What about Ohio State first half?
First half, I'm all over it. Give it to me, Pistol.
All
It's
right,
gonna
I'll go
be-
on there with you,
It's
too.
probably going to be what?
It'll
I'm
be
thinking
less than
20.
No, it'll be less than. It'll be maybe 17.
17.
Depends on where
Yep.
this line moves.
Gotta jump on it. Urban
I'll go
Meyer
on
will
that
be
with
all
you.
over
Yeah,
that.
I mean,
Yep.
Ohio State has,
Jump on board, baby.
I think they're 4-0 against the spread, and those covers have all been by margins.
Yes,
Those are not.
huge.
Those are not by
Huge.
those. I think they were all double digits. I'll have to check, but
It's a big one.
I'm surprised by that movement.
It's a big one.
That's
I like that.
obviously some big early sharp action came in on Indiana, but as we've seen, sharp action could easily come back the other way. I mean, if this one dips to 28, 27 and a half, I would not all be surprised if we see sharp action quickly come in.
I got to
Ohio
put a
State.
play out, and
Okay,
I'm dying to
go
do
ahead,
it.
Go ahead. Go
And
ahead.
I can't believe I'm doing it, but I'm going to do it.
Okay, let's hear it.
I'm going with Florida State as a dog, getting 2 points
Wow.
on the game at Miami.
Wow. Okay, that was
Yes.
a game that I was looking at, wondering
I
about,
love it.
thinking
I
about.
love
What
it.
do you
I got
think?
a feeling they're going to be by 10 or more.
Oh,
I'm telling you, I got the feeling.
Yeah,
Florida
I mean,
State.
look, they've had some great games, some bad games in Miami, Ohio, a talented team, right?
Yes, and Miami's coming up. Got Mark Richt there figuring stuff out, okay? Guess what? Florida State's got some veterans in there that are saying we have done nothing but underachieve.
Absolutely.
This shit stops
Absolutely.
now. All right?
Right.
I'm telling you, they're going to bury Miami.
Wow.
Holy
All right.
shit.
Well,
Pete.
right now the line has gone up. The opening line.
I want the
overnight-
first half
Okay.
and the full game.
Full game, we can give you +3.
+3,
Plus
baby.
3, -110. It was 2 on the overnight. I was thinking, man, I got to do a little more research into this one because, I was thinking Florida State might be a sneaky good
I
play
love it.
here
I
as
love it.
well.
I
but
love it, Pistol.
Before I want to go quickly against a team like Miami, who's been doing well
I'm
this year.
telling you, they're up and coming. They're up and coming, and that takes time. This is still the Al Golden players that he has. Mark Richt has none of his players except a couple he brought from Georgia. By the way, that's a hell of another story.
Right.
Kirby Smart's not happy with him, but God,
All
I
right,
love this shit.
I'm going to give a bunch of plays here, Mike Brennan.
Oh,
You ready?
God.
I'm
Here we
just gonna
go.
rattle them off. The first one, I missed. I bet it pretty big on the opener. It was +8. Now it's down to, I think, 6.5. Maybe there's a 7. If there's no 7s, I'm going to buy up to 7. And that's Georgia Tech again. Oh, there is Georgia Tech against Pittsburgh, +7. Pittsburgh is.
Wow.
I forgot my reasoning. What did Pittsburgh do last week?
They had a tough game. They were in it. It was a battle. I think they lost.
And Georgia Tech got beat by
hammered down.
by Miami.
I mean, Miami hammered.
But the game was actually kind of close, and they had a couple of turnovers that really sealed the deal.
But that's why I really
like
like Florida State, because I watched what Miami did against Georgia Tech, and that sold me on Florida State. Florida State's going to bury this team. I'm back to it.
So you think the fact that was a close
Stay
game
off at Georgia Tech, buddy.
Think so?
Yeah, I can't. That's Paul Johnson. I can't.
I'm taking him.
Go ahead.
+7.
You want to go head-to-head again? You want to start that shit again?
Go ahead.
How'd that work out last week?
You want it? You want to take Pittsburgh? We can give you,
know what?
-6.5 if you want. At the Greek.
Pete, I'm doing it. I got to do it because I love these head-to-head action games with you. Give me Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh -6.5, -110, and I'm going to take Georgia Tech +7.
God, I love it. Head-to-head with Pistol.
Yep. Next one I'm going to take is, and this one I'm a little bit concerned about. I'm going to take Kentucky. I took them at -2, and the initial move went to 1.5. Now it's up to 3. It concerns me that there was some initial action on Vanderbilt, and that makes me think that it was sharp action. The Kentucky looks like the play on paper. But I'm going to give it right now. I might take it back later.
Go for it. I like the confidence.
Kentucky -3, and then here's another one that again feels like a no-brainer play, and I'm going to take it. It's Western Michigan. Now it's a minor conference. I don't know if you looked at this over Northern Illinois. Western Michigan off a huge win over Central Michigan, and Central Michigan, of course, the team that beat Oklahoma State.
Absolutely.
And look how well Oklahoma State's playing.
Yeah.
Now I'm not trying to do that syllogism there,
No,
but
I like
Western
that.
Michigan.
Syllogism. What the hell's that?
What's
syllogism?
It's an advanced term.
I
actually made it up. No, I made that term. It's not a word.
Jesus,
Anyway, Western Michigan, a great team, and Northern Illinois, I think, is overvalued. I'm going to take Western Michigan.
I agree with the
18.5,
Northern Illinois. I think they've been
and
overvalued all
I'm going to take
year.
a shot with them on the first half. I'm going to add both of those.
Pistol,
all right?
Pete, he's pulling the trigger in the first half.
Well,
I love
and then
it.
another one. What do you think about this? I'm going to give it a. Let me get your opinion, right?
Okay.
I went head-to-head against Jeff from BMOCWins.com with South Carolina. He took Texas A&M, who came out on top in that one.
Ooh, wow.
I came out on top in that one. It was a little
remember
close.
Yeah.
Now, you, from the beginning of the year, have been down on Georgia, right? So now Georgia's going to South Carolina, and South Carolina's, again, a home underdog. Are they good enough? Is Georgia really that good that they should be a touchdown favorite at South Carolina?
Don't know. I'm holding off on that one, even though I kind of like it. I think Kirby Smart will out-coach. All right, I feel it. I think Kirby Smart wins this game. What he's able to do, he's able to gather his troops up and say, look, guys, this win this week that we just had, all right, it was huge. No, I mean, the loss that they had. They lost against Tennessee in the last second fluke. All right, that was huge. We need to rebound in a positive way. All right, and he's going to do that. I like it. Pete, I think you're looking at two coaches, all right, Kirby Smart and Will Muschamp.
Right.
Let's go head to head. I dare you.
No,
I'm jumping right now on Georgia. Give me -7.
All right. Okay.
I'm taking
we'll go
it.
ahead then. I'll take South Carolina. You take Georgia.
Done deal. I'll take Kirby Smart over Will Muschamp any day of the week.
Then another one that I'm going to take. Also, I missed a little bit on the opener. I got Charlotte +15. I'm going to take them +14. That's a minor game, and I think you're getting value there. Then my second tier of picks that I think I'm liking. Let's get your take on it.
Second tier.
Yeah.
Okay.
First of all, Virginia Tech is coming off of a.
I dare you to do this one with me.
Against UNC. You like
I dare
UNC?
you. I am all over it. It's right here.
Really?
I need UNC on the first half. It's going to be about -2, and it's going to be -3 on the game.
All right.
They're going to bury this team.
Okay, let's hear your rationale.
Here's the rationale. Okay, Frank Beamer's gone. Virginia Tech.
Right.
All right, this is an overvalued team, and they underachieved many years in a row.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
I don't see that pattern changing. The ass whooping that North Carolina just put on Florida State, albeit it wasn't a huge win point wise. All right, but they beat them in the trenches. They beat that team down in the trenches. All right,
You don't
Virginia,
think that took something out of them?
not at all. Not at all. They're still pissed off about the loss they had when they were in the top 10 in the beginning of the year. Trust me, this team is well coached. They're coming in. This is an ass whooping. This is a wheelbarrow and a shovel game.
Really?
Pistol. I love it. I love it,
Really?
and I am all over it. Give it to me. UNC. First half. UNC on the game.
Okay, I will.
I'm all over that one, buddy. God, I'm filling up my board here. This
All right,
is beautiful.
I'll go head to head against you on that one. Although I
Why
think you're
not?
probably right on that one. I'll go head to head. What the hell?
Okay.
And then the next one that looks interesting to me is
what was the full game? 3?
2.5. 2.5.
My
across the
God,
board.
it's beautiful.
Yeah, I
Wow.
can see it.
God.
All right, next one.
We got to finish this up. I got to get to the bet box.
One game I definitely nailed was Virginia over Duke, right? I called that one
Yes, you did.
week 1 on the opener, and I'm thinking we might see
that
this-
was a good call.
And we thinking we might see the same thing here. You got Army off a bye, getting 4.5. Army off a bye.
Yeah.
And Army has has been pretty decent. Duke, look,
Buddy,
great
running
win,
game is
great win over Notre Dame. But again, same thing with Duke. I'm not forgetting the Wake Forest loss. I'm not forgetting the Northwestern loss.
I couldn't go head to head with you on this one.
Okay.
I'd have to jump on board.
I'm going to take Army plus 4.5. I'm going to add that one on.
I like that breakdown. They've had
Yes.
time off too.
And
I mean,
then-
those are military guys. Those guys
Well,
are
it's just-
already in condition.
Yeah, but it's as much of a fade of Duke as it is a bet on Army. And then one other I'm taking.
And by the way, that game took a hell of a lot out of Duke.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
took a hell of a lot out of Duke.
Another one I'm taking is a big Thursday night clash, Western Kentucky and Louisiana Tech. I'm going to take Louisiana Tech plus 3. I think Western Kentucky is a little bit overvalued right now, and Louisiana Tech has had some losses, but they played some tough teams, and I think that them getting
you
3
like those
is a
little
decent
schools.
point. Yeah, well, they're not
Small schools, large profit, baby. That makes sense to me.
Louisiana Tech with a couple of wins, is all right. And let's see what else. Would I lean towards? All right, and then I guess that's all I'll do for now. One thing I'm wondering about. This is just, I'm thinking out loud here, Mike Brenner. Now, Marshall, right? We know that 3 weeks ago, Marshall was a big sharp side, and they got tanked. They got
crushed
pounded,
me.
right?
And you know what? I just finally started making up with the team again. I was still pissed off at them about that loss, and I wrote them down. I love Marshall this week.
Me too, because sometimes these teams, when they underachieve and then they go up against the cupcakes, they're just taking. Let's go on them both. Let's go on them both.
Let's do it right now.
Marshall minus 10.
Done.
I bet it.
Hey, wait! I want the first half too, Pistol. Come on.
I'll take it too. The first half and the full game.
Hell yeah!
Both of them.
God, the momentum's flowing
Marshall
today, baby.
minus 10. No, it makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
I saw this one, and the line
me too.
move makes.
I promise you, I saw the same thing.
Me too.
This
Absolutely.
is a done deal.
Oh, that's awesome,
a ticket
Mike.
casher.
There we go. Both of us on Marshall.
God, I love this.
All right, and one other thing, and I am going to give this one. This one might make you think I'm crazy, but I'm going to give it.
I already know that.
I'm going to give Wyoming plus 10.5 against Air Force. Right now, Air Force, a good team.
Yeah,
they're coming off the Navy game,
and they got some injuries in that Navy game.
And over the last 6 years, what do you think Air Force's ATS record is after the Navy game?
I don't even want to guess. What is
0-6.
Holy
against
cow.
the spread. Wyoming come off a nice win again. I'm not saying they're a good team. They are coming off a nice win. They're getting 10.5 at home.
A lot of points.
I'm taking
Sounds
Wyoming
like
plus
a
10.5.
teaser
All right.
special.
Take Wyoming plus 10.5. That's it for me.
Oh, by the way, I made a bunch of money on the Steelers last night, minus 10.5 plus 300.
Did you guys see? All right, we'll talk about. Watch the NFL
Watch
show.
the NFL.
To watch me gloat in Mike Brenner's sake, in Mike Brenner's stead for that win, because you nailed that one, and there was sharp action on KC, and I think there was even more at the end because the line I saw 3.5 by game.
Tune into the NFL.
Tune into the NFL show.
Yeah.
That's our show for today. We're going to be covering individual games throughout the week, and then on Friday, of course, we'll give even more picks. And tune into that show.
I got to tell them, guys, hey, NBA's coming up, all right? There's already preseason betting, and you need to do your line shopping right now. There's other books that are open that have better bonuses for NBA, so you need to check it out. I'll have a list of them, and I'll put it out there to you. But you can still get great bonuses, so you beat your book before you even bet. For real, you got to sign up through SBR. It keeps us doing what we're doing. You're getting quality picks. Hell, we're having fun, and we're winning money. We're beating the book. It's a true story.
All right. Sounds good, Mike Brenner. Tune in for the NFL show coming up next.
Have a great day.
Always on the go? Bet365 has one of the top mobile platforms in today's market. Sign up today and don't let your busy life keep you out of the game.